I've spent about a decade researching myself. When I started my business around 2001, those 10 years was a tribute to me creating a business, Infinite Equity. 36,000 hours was dedicated to researching myself enough to develop a product or service within my business. So it takes time to create something. I like to use gravity, which is all time. So I don't look at it as time. Patience, the little things I do in between, allows me to become first. So I'm prepared to receive when I do get it. So all that research on myself in 36,000 hours, which is about 4 years to come up with a product or service, has allowed me to work with individuals and businesses. But this video is about how your backstory is holding all your wealth. How you could use your backstory to generate income. So my backstory is my brother was diagnosed with leukemia. I was about 7 or 8 years old when I gave him a bone marrow transplant. When I came home from prison, my brother, which I call my brother, my friend, my brother, my dear friend, he's my family, had an existing record label. Music was my first passion. Before I knew anything else, I loved music. Came home from prison, he had established a record label, which is still going on to this day, and I'm still a part of it. Came home, me being a breath of fresh air, and me having that energy and that enthusiasm to make music with each other, I helped boost the vibration of his record label, which I'm a part of. Moved from New York to Nebraska. Met my wife for 9 years, struggling with addiction, drug addiction. I helped her find her sovereignty in doing away with that addiction, which leads to financial sovereignty. Now, another part of my backstory, which you could, pick apart from what I'm saying. I always left things better than I found it. Always. I didn't have to leave, but when I'm there, I make my environment better. Make you better as an individual. Make myself better because I'm part of that environment. I'm part of that ecosystem. I don't see myself separate from that. I always left things better than I found it, which leads to the other factor, which if I'm there and I'm making things better than I found it, I help you access your true gifts and abilities, within yourself or your business, which I'm working on because physically I always had to be there physically, which was a sacrifice because I'm the asset, I would have to be there. But I helped develop a system where I don't have to be there and I could just make your environment better. Now, how do you translate that? How does your backstory hold your wealth? How can I translate this into business? Well, me, Finna Equity, because I am a business first, I help revitalize and rejuvenate what I'm a part of, especially businesses, with new ideas, innovations, help develop a system which you can streamline and then create better offers for people. This is using you, though. Using your true gifts and abilities. Now, with the music, boosted the vibration of that record label, it's about personal branding. So I brought a new energy. It was about personal branding and building an audience. We did shows, we did tours, which is still going on to this day. But that's a passion. Now, through addictions with my wife, I also had addictions myself. So this is personal experience. This is not reading books, not going off somebody else's experiences, which is good too. But this is my own personal experience. And I'm giving it to you guys. So I'm using that to show you that your backstory holds all your wealth. In your flaws, that's where your true power dwells. Your gifts and abilities, your sovereignty. You just embrace it. So, through the addictions, there's something trying to cloak your gifts and abilities through a coping mechanism, through like leaving this reality and not being grounded. Got to get back to the root, which means you got to get grounded. So addictions, which means overindulgement or not using it for the right purposes, will hinder your reality to see. So how do you translate helping someone with addiction? You could become a counselor, sponsor, advisor, and you can help people with addictions, which I did. Me working, a little bit of my backstory, me working at a metaphysical shop when I moved to Nebraska, I helped people with their subconscious. I did regressions as well as the retail side of it. But as far as what I was really helping with was the regressions, allowing individuals to see what's truly laying in their subconscious. So subconscious clearance, regressions, even down to the past life, name readings, dream interpretations. The unknowns about you. So I just do it on a little bigger scale, and I do that with businesses so we can identify the pain and constraints, like I said before. And we identify the problem and we develop a system to change it and what we're going to focus on now. So, finding the true gifts and abilities really knowing who you are. That led into this. Finding the true gifts and abilities, finding who you really are, and leveraging who you really are, and monetizing everything around you. So, again, translating this into business, a little bit more of a breakdown would be saving my brother from that is about, in business would be like debt restructuring, finding the unknowns, innovating new ideas, creating new offers. It's all about you. Taking things out, really, so it'll all sum up at the end. But you have to be able to take away certain things that are not really working and what needs to be focused on. As far as, I'm using my backstory, so this is what I really do. When it comes to revitalizing and rejuvenating, I identify the unknowns about your business, what you really do within your business. Some people have that immediate constraint. They're in the business and don't know what they really, really do. Or you can ask them what you really do. They'll give you the scientific approach, describing what they do, but not knowing what you really do can hinder you because it's not a clear path into where you're going. I'm going to break it down in a little bit. So, me helping my brother, saving his life from that, is revitalizing, rejuvenating, finding the unknowns, diagnosing the unknowns about your business. If you feel like there's not a problem with your business, then that's okay. But this is what I do. Transforming a challenge into equity or more income or a breath of fresh air. As far as me boosting the vibration of my brother's record label, my friend, my dear friend, and helping, just being there as a brother, a friend. When I translated this into business, right now, you see this behind me, I don't play around. This is for real. I make jingles or theme songs for streamers, companies, businesses, small businesses, also for myself. But as far as business, I make it for those reasons as well. For example, like McDonald's, they got a theme song. Other businesses, Radio Shack, whatever you want to call it. But there's like little commercials and little jingles that go with businesses. So I help those, and even if I don't vocally present them myself, I help create the songs for them. So my backstory with music, I monetize that. You can do it too. Now, as far as with addictions, helping my wife out, helping myself out, because I was helping my wife out, helping myself out at the same time. That's how it works. It's like when people are trying to teach you something, they're actually teaching themselves in that same way. So it's reciprocal. And just the awareness of that. When somebody's online teaching you something, they're teaching themselves. Like right now, I'm teaching myself as I'm teaching you guys. And I'm trying to not really teach, but expressing what's going on in my reality. If they're not doing it from that point, then you should be, not reluctant, but just, be aware of what's going on. If they don't know that about themselves. So, as far as with addictions, back to the crystal shop or metaphysical shop thing, I was doing regressions, subconscious work, subconscious clearing on people, past life regressions, name readings, dream interpretations, things that help people internally. A lot of people I dealt with had addictions. So it takes a lot of energy too to, like a sponsor. I salute those who are that, who help people and you willing to take a call from that client at any given time of the day. And they'll express what they're going through and see how you can help. I also did that. This is how your backstory is holding all your wealth and what you could do. So your backstory, I want to make this clear. Your backstory is like paying down your ignorance. Because there's a lot of businesses, like people diversify so early. I think I said this in my prior videos. You focus on something, so you meet a hurdle and you think it's not working. That's when it's working, when it hurts. It's like going to the gym, you're doing reps. The moment it hurts is when it's working. Same thing with business. Some people see the decline in their business and they back out and start a new one. And then that cycle keeps going forever because they're not focused on that and never, try to be triumphant over that challenge and staying focused on one thing and not being distracted by, the outside world. Oh, now you can do this. You should do this. You should do that. Stay focused. Stay on your path. Pay down your ignorance. Do your reps so you can build muscle. That's all it takes. 36,000 hours developing a service or product for my business. 36,000, that's like 4 years. Just working on myself and working on my business. Staying true. Stay true. Stay true. Your backstory's holding all your wealth. I guarantee it. You can trust me on that. Your unique approach is needed in this world. It's really needed. So, back to the addictions. You could become a counselor, sponsor. It takes a lot of energy, but you could work on that. If that's your true gift of helping people, that's just what it is. Use that and keep on building on that. Eventually, it'll be if you wanted to be multi-million dollars, if you're comfortable with that. If you're comfortable making $60,000 a month, that's okay. If you're comfortable with making $3,000 a month, that's okay. Everything's okay as long as you're happy and you're okay. Take your time with things. So, leaving things better than I found it. Finding your true gifts and abilities. This is within your business as well. So through regressions and things of that nature, I find the true gifts and abilities of your business or your company. So now, I'll give you examples of what you really do within your business. A lot of people don't know. It's just for those who don't know what they really do, or they just, been thinking about that. Like, what do I really do? Like, what I really do. So I'm going to give examples. Same brother that he owns a music record label, which I'm a part of, has a booming rental car business. You would ask somebody else, oh, what you do? Oh, I have a rental car business. But it's just not that. His is booming, So, which is going to continue to boom and grow. So, this is just an example of what I bring to the table as far as infinite equity. What he really does. What does he really do? He's in the business of arbitrage, which means that's just the politically correct term. But let's make it simple. He turns a depreciating asset or liability into an income generating asset. Simple. That's what he really does. Want another example? Another example of a rental car business. I'm only using like I'm only using categories that are in my environment, within my family, with things that I know, clients. So I'm gonna only use some examples. I could go on forever. Also, with that rental car business, he's in freedom and mobility business, making it easier for a person to get from one place to another, which leads into customer satisfaction or convenience. My wife, she has a booming cleaning business right now. She's the only asset though, because she does a great job, specializes in bathrooms. Booming. It takes a lot of her time. So she's in the time saving business and convenience for others. So what does she truly sell? She sells time saving and convenience for those who don't really have the time to do it. So she truly feels passionate about helping those that don't have the time. So she sells that. She's just not in the cleaning business. Now, if she would scale, when she gets to that point where she scales her business, she will be in the what? Recruiting business. How to recruit, like this is talent acquisition. Now you got to recruit those who probably feel as passionate as she does, or that are superb cleaners. Talent acquisition and recruitment after she scales. But right now, she's in the time saving and convenience business. And then you could develop so many sub businesses under those businesses, like the rental car, freedom and mobility, customer satisfaction. There's so many things that you could develop under those. Like it's an umbrella. And then you got the sub businesses. Unknowns. That's what I do. And what business I'm in, because it seems like I'm all over the place. I'm just a creator. I just love to create. No ideas is just popping in my head all the time. I just get excited about who I am all the time. What do I really do? Infinite equity. I'm in the exclusivity business. Power, transformation, status, and efficiency. So it's tailored solutions for you, which means that I take the time out to truly figure that out, business or as an individual. Right now, I work with those who make $50,000 a month, $60,000 a month, $40,000 a month, $30,000 a month. So, exclusivity, just tailored solutions for your company. And I wouldn't mind, like I said before, doing sweat equity. I wouldn't mind being so much of a partnership in an open relationship where I'm in there for at least 6 months. Because after those 6 months, you would see a major difference in your income and, most important, your vibration and frequency of you, which is a reflection into your business. So that's how your backstory is holding all your wealth. And I think you got it now. That's what I do. I hope that you get something from this and you can approach it in a similar manner.